Welcome back to Revolt Records Studios. I'm your host, Mizzra Morris. As a follow-up video to the Robotic Thought Police First Amendment video, the Second Amendment installment is titled, Giving Up Your Guns is Signing Your Death Warrant. I will demonstrate in great detail how an unarmed populace is defenseless in facing a tyrannical government. The right to bear arms is for your own personal protection against all enemies, both foreign and domestic, as well as for hunting for food and to be used for sport. The civilian right to own a gun in America should be upheld at all costs. Gun bans, confiscation, destruction, and other means of gun control leads to democide. Democide is defined as the intentional killing of an unarmed or disarmed person by government agents acting in their authoritative capacity and pursuant to government policy or high command. In other words, democide is murder by government. In this presentation, I will provide a plethora of disheartening instances in which this correlation occurred. We will start with the infamous Nazi Germany, whose gun control legislation of 1928 to 1938 resulted in the deaths of 13 million people. Of course, this was during World War II, when the Soviet Union also passed gun control law in 1929, which led to 20 million murdered casualties. Following Hitler and Stalin's lead, Mao took the guns away from his citizens in 1935 in China, allowing him to easily kill 20 million of his citizens once they were defenseless. Pol Pot of Cambodia also did this in 1956, murdering 2 million of his own country's populace. More examples can be found in Ottoman Turkey, 1915, over 1 million people killed; Guatemala, 1960 to 1981, approximately 150,000 people killed; and Uganda, from 1971 to 1979, roughly 300,000 unarmed citizens' lives were taken after the government confiscated their guns. We absolutely must prevent history from repeating itself with gun control law resulting in democide. The Second Amendment is far too important to allow misguided, ill-informed individuals of high celebrity in society, particularly in America, influence the attempts at discarding our right to bear arms, even as much as clamping down on firearms sales and putting new restrictions in place. The National Defense Authorization Act authorized $611 billion for the U.S. military in 2017, the same piece of legislation that seemed to target and undermine the First Amendment seems to be targeting the Second Amendment as well. History shows that when a population of free citizens gives up its guns, the results have not been good. So, we are talking about democides. In all of these occasions that I previously mentioned, once the societies agree to give up their guns. This chart is comparing the 10 big killers or causes of death in the good old United States of America. As you can see, firearm fatalities fortunately ranks as the least deadly on this list. According to the FBI, the overall most used weapon in violent crimes is a baseball bat and not a gun. This further proves that guns are not the problem, violent people are. The Fourth Amendment has been and will continue to be abused, undermined, superseded, circumvented, or otherwise opposed by local law enforcement, federal agencies, the NSA and TSA, on school campuses, and in many other facets of American society. More on the Fourth Amendment to come in a future video. For Revolt Records, I'm Mizzra Morris. Stay informed, everyone.